Okay, hi everyone. So we complete the Anyone Python season 1 last week with episode 10. So as I announced, we are going to have the special episode for the season 1, which is the kind of test or competition or quiz, whatever the name is. It's called the Anyone Python Season 1 Karel competition. Based on what you have learned so far, I'd like to have the kind of the competition to see how much you guys are improved for the Python programming with the Karel. So today, I a little bit changed the format. So instead of 1 hour the rush, the competition, I'd like to give you enough time to solve the problem. So I'm going to give the 3 problems. So some of you guys already checked the link. So if you do not know the links, don't worry. So I'm going to use the chatting box to give the link again. Then I will give the 24 hours to solve the problem. Then by tomorrow, this time, so 7 p.m. Eastern time, the 4 p.m. Pacific time, and so on. So you guys can have the enough time to solve the problem. I realized that after I made the 3 questions, it's not easy or the simple. So instead of the compete with the time, so you guys can have enough time to ask the question to the Google or the friend and or the dad and mom or your sibling. So whatever the way you get help, with such a help, so try to solve the problem. So probably today's session is going to explain what is the problem. Then you don't have to be rush it. Okay, so but keep in mind that there are 3 links I shared with you. So one is the problem, this site, the PPT file on my Google Drive. So another one is the download link where you can download the initial the Karel file and the folder. Then you can create a project. Then the third one is the submission site. I'm going to explain one by one. Today we have the Trinity as a TA. So if you have any question, you can ask, but do not ask how to solve the problem or the question related to the answer directly. So also I'd like to give a little bit time to Trinity after I finish today's explanation about the problem. So to say goodbye, because the last time the Trinity left earlier. And Unji has a final exam, so she is not available. So without the Trinity and Unji's help, I cannot finish the season 1, the Anyone Python. Thanks so much. So let's start. So this is the rule. So rule is simple. So we are going to continue the Karel programming. So first, as you have done so far many times, download the problem file. Okay, this is the link. So if you're not sure, so if you cannot read, so it's the bit.ly, it's a short URL, the link, then the S01 Karel. The K is capital letter. So if you are not sure what is the link, so I'm going to use the chatting box again. So download. Okay. So this is a download link. So please use this link. And then as a user, please save the file, a zip file to the Anyone Python. So let me change the sharing. Okay. So this is my Anyone Python folder. So I download the file to the desktop and the Anyone Python folder. Then here is the file. So please download the file right now, okay? So then as a user, unzip the file so you can see the folder. Then the next thing is definitely we are going to use the PyCharm. Okay, so start the PyCharm. Okay. So this is my PyCharm. So then you can open the folder as a user. It's exactly same as what you have done so far under the desktop. So you should have the definitely anyone Python folder. Oops, it's my mistake. It's a huge mistake. Let me close, cancel. Okay, so let me start again the PyCharm. Oh, by the way, last time I didn't realize that I didn't share the the iPad. So some of you cannot get my point. So, but if you watch the video again, so you can see the. Oh, where's my PyCharm? And let me start. Yes. So PyCharm is starting. Okay. So last time the Carmel and Snake, the case, it's not critical, but if you search the Google, so you can get much more information. So let me start again to open the project. Let me share my PyCharm open. And always go to the desktop and anyone Python folder, then you can see the Karel competition. So please create a folder for the Karel competition, then open it. Then you will see the exactly same structure as you have seen so far. So you can see the project title is Karel competition. If you click here, so you don't have to touch anything Karel and Word folder, but you can this time you can see the 3P Wi-Fi, which means we have the 3 problem. So let's go back to the the presentation file again. Let me change to here. Okay, so that is the should be ready for the Karel competition. So you are ready to solve the problem. Then I'm going to be back how to submit your solution. Before that, so problem 1. So there are 3 problems as you can see from your Karel competition the folder. There are 3 problems. First problem is endpoint counter. And the second problem is the collect newspaper Karel. Third one is the Stonemason Karel. So let me explain the one by one. Most of the problem, there is no easy problem. So at least is the intermediate, or one of them is advanced. There is not easy problem. So you can take the time to understand problem. Then as we have learned so far, like we have used the decomposition and the refinement and the function, and you can combine all of this to solve this problem. So first problem, in this problem, the Karel is in the top left corner of the word, and the Karel needs to make his way down to a staircase at the bottom left corner. And then from there, he need to place the same number of the beeper on each step as there are the blank space above Karel, which means how much move. So then, for example, in 8x8 word, the Karel must place the 7 beeper on the first step, and then the 6 next, and so on. If you don't understand right now, it's okay. Let's see this one. So this is before and this is after. Karel start from the top left corner always, and always facing to the east. This is the default condition. Then the Karel move down, which means Karel need to turn right. Then the move down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, until the bottom, the starting, the stair. So this is always the stair. Then once the Karel reach this point 1 by 2, or then put the beeper. How many beeper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Such a number of space, blank space. So put the 7 beeper. So you can see the 7 beeper. Then step up to here. Then how many of them? It's the -1. So we can put the 6 of them. And 5, and the 4, 3, up to the no more the stair. Okay, so this is the problem that you are going to solve the first problem. It's easy, but you need to use hint. So you need to use something count how many the blank space, because Karel does not know how much big, what is the size of the word. So you need to solve the problem in general case, which means, so we don't know whether this is 8 by 8, or sometimes it can be 10 by 10, or when I grade your solution, I may use a different size. It's always a square, it's a column, and the avenue and street are the same. So, but the end stair is starting like that, but we do not know the size of that. So, if we go back to the problem, so right now you are able to understand this. Okay, then Karel is always facing east at the beginning, and Karel does not know the size of word. So you should count how many blank. And Karel should work with a different size of word. Okay, any questions? This is the first and last time to ask the question if you do not. Once we officially start all the competition, I'm not going to take any questions to be fair with all the students. So please ask a question if you have, or hold until the last problem. Okay. Then move to the second problem. Oh, by the way, so where is the, so if you go back to the, so this is our the pie chart. It's my pie chart. So if you click the endpoint counter, so you can also see the short description of the problem over here as a command. So you, as a user, you guys start the solution from path by the deleting the path like this. You can start the code. Okay. So this is what you need to do for the first problem. Then second problem is a collect newspaper Karel problem. So let me change it. Okay, so this is the collect newspaper Karel problem. At present, the collect newspaper Karel file does nothing. So your job in the assignment, this problem is to add the necessary code to instruct, to make the character work to the door of its house. We will see what is the house, what is the door, and pick up the newspaper. Definitely the newspaper will be represented by a beeper. So then the return to its initial position in the upper left corner of the house. Okay, then Karel is located at top left corner at beginning, top left corner at the house. We will see. And Karel is facing east at the beginning. Karel room is always 3 by 3. No matter what size of the word is, the house size is always 3 by 3. Okay, but door may be different. I will show you what does that mean. And Karel does not know the location of a word. The not word, location of the, I think that this one is let's use this one. Okay, then this is a before. So Karel, this is a house. Okay, so let me change the color. I like the red. Okay, so this is the house. Okay, it's always a 3 by 3. So it doesn't matter what size of the word is, but always the Karel's house is a 3 by 3. Then at the beginning, Karel is always top left corner of a house here. Okay, not here. So it's inside the house. Then the Karel is facing to east, always east. Then, so there are 4 different cases. One is this one is door, it's open, east side. Okay, and sometimes it can be north. Sometimes it can be west. Sometimes it can be the south. Karel does not know where is the door. Okay, so which means Karel need to move around the world, check everything. It's up to you. You're the approach. It's totally up to you how to find the door. Once the Carol is finding the door, then get the newspaper, pick beeper, and go back to the initial position here. Okay? So can you understand? So this is the final output. So you may have the, so not always the east door. It can be the north, and it can be west, it can be south. So let me show you what does that mean. So let's delete, clear, and then okay. So then if I think this one might be better because I need to show the a word. So if you click this one, if you run, okay, so this is this is the endpoint, sorry. Oh yeah, but it's a good time to show. This is endpoint, so you can solve the problem. If you want to test the solution with a different word, so you can always click the road word. Then I have another one, so endpoint counter one. So you can test with the endpoint counter one. It's a smaller size, 5 by 5. So the solution should work any size of this, okay? Then go back to the collect newspaper. So this is collect newspaper. As a user, you need to put the code over here instead of pass. Then click run. Okay, so this is 3 by 3 and default. So it's the east. So you need to make the carrot move, find the door, and pick this one, the newspaper. Then go back to initial point. If you test with a different word, like for example, the collect newspaper north, and so it will be the north. Okay, and also you can test with the different south. This is a south, and if you want to test the west, it's a west. So your code should work or for this, not separate one code, one solution should work any the location of the door. Okay, and change back to here. So this is then you guys can understand what's the meaning of that. Okay, the top left corner of the beginning in the house, and Carol is facing east at the beginning, and room size always 3 by 3, but a door may be different. East, west, south, or north. Default is east, but you always test with the other word. And the Carol does not know the location. Okay, that's the second problem. Let's check the question. So meanwhile, I have a lot of questions. Okay. How do we change the language of Python in PyCharm? So I checked the first episode and second episode. We did the specified interpreter. Okay. And then Python preference is the same question. Trinity answer. Looks like the same question. Okay, so if you have any question, please leave the message on the chat. If possible, the Trinity can answer, or I can answer for you later. Okay, that is the second question. Then third one. This is the north case. I already made this, west and south. Okay, then third problem is the most difficult problem. It's a Stonemason Karel. By the way, second problem is not also easy. You need to consider, I think that if you always pick the newspaper from east, it's simple. It's much easier, but we don't know. The Karel does not know where is the location. So that means Karel need to find the door first. Then also pick up the newspaper is relatively easy, but go back to original position is not always easy. Okay, so that is another thing you need to consider. The third one is called the Stonemason Karel. Karel is a repair set of arches where some of the stone are missing from the column supporting the arches. We will see what does it mean. So when Karel is done, the missing stone in the column should be replaced by the beeper, so that the final picture resulting from the word is shown on the next slide. Okay, we will see. Then I do better explain after I show you this one. So this is a before, it's an initial. So Karel is always a bottom left corner, one by one, here, facing to east. And this is a castle. So castle consists of always like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 column, or 1, 2, 3, 4 avenue. So it's like the castle. Okay, so some of the small castle has only one the set of castle. So this one has a 3 set. 1, 2. I think it starts from here, like this, like this, like this, like this. So which means the smallest castle is 1, and the next one is 4, 5, and the next one is 9 and 13. Probably after this is 17, which means if you think about the fence post problem, this is like the post, this is like the fence. Okay, you got it. So this is our initial. The problem is actually this castle, this arch should have all the things. It's a pole, everything. But because of earthquake, some of the missing stone here. So if you find any missing stone, fill up the missing stone by the beeper. So for example, the first row, first column, so we have a missing 1, 2, 3. So you need to put the beeper over here. And you don't have to put the beeper here because it's not the pole. So then the 5th column, this one should be full of the beeper stone, but there are 2 missing. So you need to put the beeper like this. And missing, 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 and missing, missing. And this is the final, the expected, the repaired castle. Okay. So this one should work the bigger one, like the 13. Next one is probably 17. So your program should be general. Also, not always the 5 stone for each pole. It can be 3, it can be 5, it can be 7, it doesn't matter. So, which means you cannot use the, for example, the only 5. So it can be, you need to check until to me. But 1, 5, 9, 13, and so on. This is the rule. Okay, so you guys can use something, the loop or something like that. Then go back to the before. Then, so Karel is located bottom left corner facing to east, and end position is the bottom right corner. Okay, that is the ending. And Karel should work on the word shown the next, but it should be general enough to handle any word, which means the height may be various and the width can be various. So, however, width should be 1, 5th, 9th, 13, 17, and so on. So you can understand. And Karel does not know the height of the column. It's not always a 5. Okay. So, for example, let me show you our example. So, yes, I think I'd better use the desktop. Okay. So, Stonemason Karel. So if you run the Stonemason Karel, oops. Yes. So this is the default, the word. So we have a missing, as you can see, the one missing here, here, and two missing, the fifth, and the three missing over here, and the two missing. So you need to fill up such a missing stone. If you want to test with a different, the word, so you can check, erase the load word. Then I have the two more. So let's check with this. Okay. So you can see the 1, 5th, and for example, 9 has one missing. So this one is should be served. And another one. So here, one missing, and 1, 2, 3 missing, and one missing, and this one you cannot. So 1, 2 missing. So like this. Okay. So you can solve this problem. So by using the kind of loop, and you need to always consider the fence post problem. Okay. So these are the 3 problems that you guys need to solve by the tomorrow, the 7 p.m. Eastern time. The Pacific time, the LA is 4 p.m. So there is 24 hours. So let me go back to here. So once again, so this one is the link, okay? For the problem, this slide. Once again, I'm going to give you again the older link one more time. Okay, so problem is here. Then, so download. So the project file can be downloaded from this side. Okay, it's a 0. Okay, 0 and 0. And the submission side, I will show you how to submit your file. Okay, so let me. So let's go back to the desktop. Oops. Clear. Okay. So after you complete everything, so close. So if you go to the anyone Python folder on the Karel competition, and you have the 3 files. Do not change the file name, okay? Just that you need to submit the 3 files on the link. So if you go to, let me open. The link. It is asking the Google, the Gmail ID, okay? Without Gmail ID, you cannot submit it. So for example, I'm going to use my Gmail ID and password. This is a kind of identification. So you need to put the Gmail ID. Then you will see this one. Then if your Gmail ID is not correct, sometimes if you share with your sibling or parents, it may not be yours. So please switch account if not. Then put the email ID, like the YDS or the JE, my personal, the Gmail ID. Then your name, because sometimes it's not easy to identify who you are. So please put your name here. Then you can upload the file. Please follow me. Then that can help me a lot. You don't have to solve all 3 problems. Okay, just submit what you solved. So then add the file. Then you can drag and drop or select the file from your device. So for example, the desktop, anyone Python, and this one. So if I click this and I solve this one and I solve this, if you solve all 3 problems, just do not change the name, just select all 3. Then open. It will be like this. Okay, then just upload. Then you need to put your and my name is then submit. That's it. So then this site will be available by the 7 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. So then that's done. So please do not resubmit many times. It may be possible, but it will be very hard to manage what is the latest one. But you can edit your response, so that will be okay, but do not resubmit every time. Okay. So that's the problem. You guys can start right now. But if I'm going to be available next 10 minutes, so if you have any question, please ask me. And reward, I'm going to announce through the email. We are not going to have a meeting for season 1 more. So I'm going to send out the email. So what is the best solution per problem, okay? Then I'm going to put your kind of billboard on the N1 Python website to recognize your skill and effort and like that. But unfortunately, I do not have any cash reward or award or such a thing. But it will be definitely the honor to be recognized. Okay. That's it. So let's start the question. Thanks so much for your participation and throughout the season. And I wish you and your family be safe and healthy under the pandemic situation and learn more about such the computer programming and the computer stuff. And not sure yet what will be the next plan for the N1 Python season 2. I do not know. I have the special plan the next few weeks. So I may not be available the next few weeks. So, but definitely I will think about the next season sometimes later. Okay, thanks so much. Please ask any question and I will. Me and oh, by the way, the Trinity, are you there? Trinity?
Hello.
Oh yes. Can you say something? Say bye, whatever you want. Thanks so much for your.
Well, I'm very proud of the 20 people who are left in this class, and yeah, if you these problems, they combine like a lot of the things that we've learned so far. So I hope everybody doesn't give up and tries to solve all 3 problems and see through the end of what we've learned so far with Karel and Professor.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Professor, for having this
really
class.
Shout out to the Trinity. Thanks so much. Okay, so please. Oh, by the way, I do not know the solution. Okay, one of the problem is made by the actually former YDS camp the participant, and 2 other problem I've found from the Stanford website. So it's not my problem actually. Even I never try to solve the problem. So do not ask what is the solution to me. So that's the benefit of the professor. But I'm going to test all your submission and we share the best one. Okay, so thank you so much. So if you are done, if you understand completely, so you can leave. You can start to solve the problem. Otherwise, please let me know any question or the doubt for the Karel competition. So let me start the recording. Okay.